My name's Brian Hamilton. Greetings from the US. Just wanted to tell everybody before I begin sharing about innovation and ecosystem. I lived in Australia in the late 90s and really enjoyed my time there. So I've been to Queensland many times, very beautiful. I'm very appreciative of all my partners in Australia. There's some wonderful people there that are going to be demoing these types of technologies over the next couple of days. Tonight, I'm actually going to share a little bit about our story as a precursor for the demos tomorrow and being able to see everything. Bradley, who's going to be speaking tonight, is actually going to be able to demo our technology. So before I begin, let me just tell you a brief story and what's on my head. We founded a company that actually brought wearable computing to industrial. So about 4 years ago, we started on a path to be able to think about how we could bring the next generation of wearables and bring people together via augmented reality, wearables, mixed reality, and virtual reality. We actually then set out on a mission to be able to bring the world together closer, to work on things such as collaboration, to be able to work on using technology to bring people to better together for better outcomes. And last year, I got the opportunity to go to Africa, and I'll come to ecosystem in a minute, which I'm speaking on, but we actually had a chance to go out and of Nigeria and utilize headsets like I have on my head to be able to bring people together, be able to have things around virtual consultation, virtual rounding, virtual proctoring, and virtual education in militarized zones in Africa. And we realized we had a really unique opportunity to think about the future of wearable computing. And coming to sustainability and economic resilience, which is what one of the topic is tonight, when we set out on the journey, we began seeing that by bringing together these technologies that we could really foster an ecosystem that was very, very powerful for people to be able to build and work around these technologies. So our story with a company called Hippo Technologies, which we will demo tomorrow live with everybody, we'll take this headset, which is basically a wearable computer system that's completely tied to your voice. It's got a fighter pilot display here. It's got a camera here. It's got a hard drive here, and you literally wear it in front of your eye and you're able to say what you see on the screen. And one of our goals with Hippo Technologies, which we'll learn about tomorrow, is really around building a knowledge network and extending the capabilities for people to collaborate anywhere in the world at any given time, in any given place. So we actually started looking at how we were going to take these technologies and be able to apply them. And from that, we've been able to build a very, very sophisticated global scaled ecosystem around the world, which I'll come to in a minute. I'd like to play a video for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, so bear with me here. I'm just going to play a quick video on Hippo Technologies.
Hippo Technologies is a clinician-led company, bringing decades of experience to serve patients and those who care for them. Hippo bridges the gap between physical care and virtual care by overcoming the barriers of time, distance, and training to deliver all the benefits of an in-person experience through the safety of remote care. The Hippo Virtual Care platform connects seamlessly across your healthcare enterprise, enabling remote collaboration and providing secure access to medical records, imaging, and patient information. The platform is fully HIPAA and GDPR compliant with military-grade encryption and security to ensure communications, enterprise, and patient information are protected and private. Hippo's hands-free, voice-activated head-worn devices and the Hippo Virtual Care Command Center allow first responders and clinicians to communicate remotely in real time. Hippo's platform optimizes safety and convenience for emergency and other healthcare personnel operating in complex work environments. Our wearable devices are able to connect with any system, anywhere, and enable you to see a patient through the eyes of the emergency responder or clinician, like you were there. Hippo allows clinicians to practice at the top of their ability and effectively extends the reach of the available workforce to collaborate with colleagues regionally or across continents. Whether in the hospital, in the field, in the classroom, or the home, Hippo is a paradigm shift in virtual care, enabling faster triage, smarter clinical decision-making, and collaborative working. Embrace the future of medicine today with Hippo Virtual Care. Hippo Technologies is a clinician-led company, bringing decades of experience to serve.
So just wanted to show everybody a little bit about the functionality. And tomorrow during the presentation, we're going to give a live demo. I'm actually going to have my kids be part of my presentation tomorrow, where we're going to show you what virtual proctoring is like, what we're doing in real world situations today during the pandemic to keep people out of COVID wards, being able to proctor and oversee procedures on all the different continents. We're actually this weekend also going to be doing some refugee work in the Middle East in Jordan as well. So it's some really, really interesting things with this technology. So just to tell briefly on our story. So we began in Africa. We actually rolled out these technologies in China, in Wuhan, China, right after COVID broke. Then we brought it to the United States, and we're working with some of the largest institutions around the world on the future of virtual care. So how does this tie to sustainable innovation and to economic resilience? Most important thing here is looking at, if we look back in time, we think about what the mobile phone was like in around 2008. People were just starting to develop apps and do things at the next level as it relates to phones. What we're seeing as it relates to innovation is between 2020 and 2031, that there's going to be an entire new ecosystem developed around wearable computing, augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence. We've already seen this come up and start the beginnings of this now. So one of the things that we've seen, and it's a wonderful opportunity to collaborate between different countries, whether you're in Australia, Japan, China, anywhere in the world, Latin America. We've actually done surgeries now on every continent but Antarctica in these technologies. And what we're finding is that in each local market, in each geographic local market, there's a wonderful opportunity to partner with companies and help companies be successful around these different type of technologies and ecosystems. So for example, ISVs, independent software vendors, companies that are building software for these types of technologies that can be interoperable with these types of technologies. So it's a wonderful opportunity for new companies, startups, educational institutions, and organizations also to repackage their existing technology that may be on the shelf that might be useful. Ironically, the use cases that we're doing today are the same from the 1960s. I have video from 1950s and 1960s, these similar use cases. It's just taken this long to be able to get to a position where the computing power is strong enough to be able to do this in real time as we're doing it today. So the opportunity to collaborate and build an ecosystem around software, channels and strategic partners, the opportunity to come to a country like Australia or ANZ region and be able to find the right partners to be able to help bring this technology out. The way that this works is there's an opportunity for us to find the right local partners who understand the local landscape, not just for healthcare, but also for industry, innovation, education. So the opportunity to find the right channels and strategic partners. We found some wonderful partners in Australia, really pleased with Michelle and the team too, and Dirk and Andrea and Bradley, who's going to be showing some live demos there with everybody. So we have a wonderful, wonderful team that's already helping us in Australia. Educations and universities, the opportunity to partner. We have some customers in Australia. I can't say who they are due to NDAs right now, but we have some very large educational institutions and universities in Australia that are already working with this technology, which will give us a unique opportunity to partner with education, partner with students, partner with the ecosystem, and think about things such as job creation, think about the opportunity for us to think about import and export of knowledge in a new format. So the ability to actually export knowledge, whether it be clinical or industrial or educational, the opportunity for new innovations in hardware. One thing we kept talking about was if hardware is a very hard thing to do. And that's the reason why there's not a lot of hardware startups, especially coming out of Silicon Valley and the United States. It's because it's very difficult to do. Every software is a lot easier to fund than a hardware company. It's very difficult. So the opportunity now for successful wearables to be able to be in the market, there's opportunities for accessories, new pieces of hardware, new innovations, new ways to partner in manufacturing and assembly within the countries of origin. Also the opportunity to bring AR and VR in wearable cities. There's actually a lot in China right now. I've been to China about 31 times now, and the cities that exist in China, the ability to be able to have hubs like a Silicon Valley hub in different parts of the world, whether they be in Queensland or in Silicon Valley or some other part of the world, but be able to have hubs focused on innovation, jobs, internships, new ways to increase opportunity for people. So I just wanted to, in conclusion, thank our local partners, and we can answer any questions, but I'm really excited tomorrow. I'm going to be giving a live demo. We'll be having Dr. Pat Quinlan's going to join me tomorrow, the CEO of Ochsner Health. So he ran a $3.1 billion health system through Hurricane Katrina. And Pat is actually he's actually did some of the first virtual care programs in the 1990s. So he has a lot of experience with that. And tomorrow, I'm also hoping that whoever's there in person can work and meet Bradley, who's going to present here, I think, in a few minutes behind me. And Bradley will be able to actually show you how this works. And together, my call to action for everybody who's listening tonight and who's been part of this presentation and will be part of the presentation tomorrow is think about what is the most important thing that we can do to help each other at this point. Coming out of a pandemic, how can we make each other better? How can we stand up new opportunities for people? How can we give people a new platform to be successful post-pandemic? Very confident we can do that together. So my call to action is to have a conversation, get to know a little bit about the technologies, but also think more macroly about how we can all work together to make the world a better place. So with that, I'll turn it over to the next panelist, and I look forward to the time tomorrow and also to addressing your questions this evening. Thank you very much.